Mic check 1 2. Right, mic check 1 2, going live in 3 2 1. Let's go, let's get it. All right, today's day 18 of this challenge. We're still pushing. We are at break even, and it's all good. We are doing just fine, you know. All right, so let's go see what we so I was not able to be here at 6:30 today. I was out, man. I slept. I woke up 3 hours before my time to wake up, and when I went back to sleep, I just didn't hear my alarm go off. But we can work with New York PM today. Nothing's gonna change. We're gonna look for the same style of entry. If we see something, we take it. If we don't, we just leave it alone. Price is fractal, so everything should be the same, right? Well, we'll find out. So let's go straight to the charts. I'm gonna start with gold here. I'm not a fan of trading gold, New York PM, but I just want to see if I missed anything this morning. Let's say I woke up at 6:30 and I was here. What would I be looking for? So we closed above the high right there, which I will be skeptical because we are within a big zone over here. Let me take this call real quick. I'll be right back. What's that? Alright, never mind. So I would be skeptical because there was a bigger zone right there. So probably, yeah. If there's a smaller zone instead of a bigger zone, I try to go with a bigger zone, right? I mean, I can still take it. But I'm thinking at 7, did anything form? Nothing. Oh, let's go to the 1 minute here. Nothing. This is Nasdaq. Oh, looking at the wrong thing. So let's change to gold. Oh, yeah, we might have missed some good trades today, honestly. Crap. It's all good. All right, we do have a zone here that I would have used. See that low right there, which is inside of this bigger zone here. So that's what I would have gone with. Typically, or rather what I should have done. So it got confirmed at 5:45 a.m. That's outside of my training window. So here's 6:30. So I'll be looking for a short after 6:30. So let's see if the 1 minute did anything of the sort. And wow, here's a textbook entry after 6:30. So what candle is this? 6:30, and then I skip the first 15 minutes. So looking for a trade after 6:15 at least, which would be, no, after 6:45, the first 15 minutes. So we'll be looking for a trade right here. Now look at that retracement right there. Everything checks in beautifully, and at the close of the candle, actually the big one here, that'll be my entry. If I did hesitate, then I'd probably take this one, but no more hesitation, so we do take that trade. The EMA, there's just a high right about there, so that's what I'd go with, and that would be a straight 1:7.8. So probably this would take me out on a retracement, and pretty much that's why maybe just have it at the top of the EMA. But anyway, it is what it is. So if I didn't retrace, just let it whatever, then the setup would have been complete at 10. But that right there should have been an easy at least $100, because I think this would have taken me out on the retracement. Because once we go like 1.78, you know, I'm gonna be trailing the stop loss. So pretty much that's good. If I did have the EMA right above the stop loss, right above the EMA, then yeah, that would have given us 1:2. Anyway, missed trade, so it is what it is. I was not here to take advantage of that. Missed trade. No. What did I say? Okay, we're gonna write it as missed trade for now. Not present. Come on. All right. So let's go check out. So I'm not comfortable taking a trade on gold right now. New York PM. It can still move, but I don't know. So let's see what we missed on this guy. So longs was a no. This is nice. So the zone I'd be looking for would be this right here. We just close with that candle. So from now on, I'll be looking for shorts. So low, high, lower, low. I like to see a closure with a candle closure. So that would now be a confirmation. The confirmation will be at 8:15 to 8:30 candle right there. So from now on, I would now be looking for shorts unless we close above some zone up here, some bullish zone, which would be these two huge candles. So let's go see what happened after 8:30 from the 1 minute. Very straightforward strategy here. Okay. Unfortunately, we didn't get a trade, bro. EMA's line up here. We do get a retracement. Two swing lows right there, but we didn't retrace back enough for me to take a trade, so that would have been missed. The next area that I saw an entry would have been here, but that's outside 9 a.m, so no trades. So that would have been a missed trade. And this is one of the things that I'm gonna be, pointing out in the journal. Everything lines up trading off of a zone, off a zone, and pretty much I would have, you know, seen. So if we trade this much and I still have no entry, this would be another zone. I'll probably call it revolving breaker. Why not? And then we do touch it with a 9:15 to 9:30 candle, and pretty much that's outside of my trading time, so ain't nothing I would have done over there. So pretty much within only that gold opportunity, and you know, still journaling on these things, so everything lines up, but we didn't quite touch that purple EMA over there, which I require for me to take a trade. But trading off, wait, yeah, this is the revolving zone. Interesting. So I'm gonna have to journal that. That would have been an entry. So I think that's close enough. Not too close, but close enough. So 1:2 would not have hit just yet. Oh, wait. So it would still be in this trade. Okay, so let's see if we can find anything right now, which I don't know. We'll study this price action the weekend. So let's focus for now. I'm thinking this could be changing strategies, but if I could now use the 5 minutes and then with the 15 seconds entry, would that be bad? I don't think so. Okay, let's do some top down real quick. So today could just be a day we just watch price, honestly. Look at that consolidation, man. From we are in a zone here, from that high to that low, and a consolidating in there, and a bigger consolidation here too, from that high to that low, from October 2025 to November. So we are looking to take the high or this low at some point. Anyway, that's far-fetched. So for now, let's work with what we can see. Already I'm favoring shorts here, but we have already done some dropping. Previous day high, the previous day low, and then I like to show the EQ level. I need you to be on point, boy. Right, there you go. Previous day EQ, and then that week, if we gonna be getting it down there, I want to show that EQ half point. Previous day with EQ, I do have it somewhere. There we go. Okay. We'll see if we can keep going down. So in terms of the previous day range, we are at a discount, but so we could see a turnaround. But then again, what I've seen is if the day is bearish, it'll kind of try to finish bearish, but yeah, we'll see how that goes, boy. Okay, let's go see the weekly forwards. Oh wow, we are trading at a previous week low level. That would be overkill though. Oh no, about a month, still inside last month's range, the discount level. The month movement has quite been shaved. Okay, 4 hour. Look at that sell side right there. Okay, this is something I'd like to see, like to have on the charts right there. That fair value gap, or rather that gap, or whatever you want to call it. For hour. This should be a resistance zone right there. So if we're going up, I think we might be coming to this pool here. So this is a 4 hour inverted fair value gap right there. See how it offered support here, and then we just, you know, ran through it. So it's no surprise if we start reversing, if we get to that zone. And I'll leave this here to see if that's what happens. So something like this, if we go bullish and then come down, simply because of seeing this support here, breakout from that zone. So yep, we might see something like this, then boom. That's just a prediction. Okie doke. Let's look at the 1 hour real quick. We have a 1 hour fair value gap here. Another pool that we can get to near term. So honestly, if I get a trade today, it will just be like, I'm not expecting a lot. So probably trail my stop loss vigorously. Yep, that makes sense. This right here, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. That is one of my special PD arrays. If you know, you know. Look how the bodies just stop. Anyway. Okay, so looking at the 1 hour, maybe if I could see a retracement here and then start coming down, if that happens, then I think we'll take this low and also that low right there. So, okay. Those are some near-term targets if we do see them happen. 59 points, that will be 115 points. Okay, let's go see what the 30-minute looks like. So that's like a breaker right there that we never quite retested. So I'm thinking that if we keep going up, then this could be an area there where we can come back to, honestly. Just traded to the previous day range, half level. What was that? The one? Oh yeah, 1 hour. If you know, you know. Anyway, I'm still testing that this whatever, and all it is I'm gonna just show you what it is. That's the candle. That's a wick. Send to back, whatever. So something like that, and then we do have another candle here, like that, and then a wick. Yep. So something like this. Now see how the bodies don't touch, but the wicks touch. Could be even looking something like this or whatever. If you go back in price and look at what happens at those areas, they kind of offer some good support, resistance, whatever. Just something I've noticed. So here's an example, but there's nothing there. Here's some, look at this right there. Once we trade, there's a body close below that, you know, that area that I showed you. Look at that retest, and then price tends to move away. I mean, just some things you just notice. Look, another one here. Look at that, same thing as our logic. We close below, we test. So this was a retest, but it failed and then comes back. Here's another one. So we can just go back and see that. But look, it just offers. So that is resistance right there. Price doesn't quite. Yep. So that could be my main thing later on, but for now we just. And it happens on all, what do I say, all time frames. But I think the higher the time frame, the stronger it is. So I don't use it, but when I'm in a trade and I see that, I kind of, you know. So the same thing now, that area offering support. So if we do close below, then maybe look for support, resistance, and then some indication to the price wants to keep going lower. And I feel like that just adds some more adds a little bit confirmation to your trade or whatever. Okay, so I have no bias in case we're going up. I think that 1 hour pull there could be something, and I can refine it to 30 minutes right there. Same thing. Look at this, same thing, same logic I just showed you. I just pointed out, whatever. Look at that. So I'd be looking for, wait for support or resistance here. Maybe fails, then use it as support to keep going up. Anyway, whatever, it is what it is. So that's on the 30-minute. I feel like this is too much though, so we don't want to cook too much that we confuse ourselves here. But you can see that same zone is pretty much covers that fair value gap there, so we can just stick with that. And that 30-minute will do its job, so we don't really need that other zone. So price is being squeezed here. If I drew a triangle, look at that. So it has to make a decision, yo. Go up or just go down, whatever. And that comes to the end of my top down. I don't trust the 5-minute time frame so much anymore. It's a good time frame though, but I stepped away. When I'm looking for a bias, I'll just stick from 15 minutes going upwards. I'm thinking that we're due for a retracement from this swing high here to that swing low, at least to that half point. I hope this is not overkill. I feel like I'm doing too much here. So that's another zone over there. I need to get rid of something here. Okay, I'll push this to the side. And actually, I'll go with this one here. The high to that low. And that candle kind of tested that breaker. Low, high, lower, low. Should have been low, high, then higher, low for it to keep going up. But then it's low, high, low, breaker. Do you trade only one setup? Yes. So opening drive specialist, I can take two setups, but it depends on my loss threshold. So on this account, the maximum loss I want to take in a day is 250. So if I get in a trade and the stop loss is like 125 and below, then I can take another trade. But pretty much only one trade a day. Most of my trades are within 180 to 200 stop loss. So if I lose, I'm done. If I win, well and good. Only one trade a day. I feel like that's how this account is going to survive. Because pretty much you don't have 50K, you have you only have $2,000, and 200 is already 10%. So 10% risk. Okay, so back to the 1 minute. Let's see if we can get a trade here. Let's see what gold is doing. I don't know if I'm okay trading gold at this time. So yeah. And then what is it? On losing days, you're fine. Instead of taking multiple trades, and then on your winning day, you're just getting back your losses. I used to hear Raja Banks talk about one trade a day, and I really ignored that advice. But now I kind of see where he was coming from. This is too much analysis. What do I get rid of? What do we know? So we are okay. 1 hour fair value gap inverted over there. So I think I'm okay taking a shot here. Oh, that's a 4 hour, sorry. 4 hour inverted. We close below it, so we could see price use that as support. And currently that's what's happening. That's a swing low on the 1 hour. Bro, I feel like this is kind of what, I don't know, trading ICT. Yeah. It's so easy to get, you know, to get a bias on both sides using his concepts. So, but I love them though. I like to use them for analysis. But in terms of entry, like moving forward, I'm gonna use EMAs. Yeah. So if I lose, I just blame the EMAs. Oh yeah, I don't like that. Data range. So if I do get a short setup here, I'm gonna take it just based off of that 4 hour thing over there, and that should be my trade for the day. And then aim for this 4 hour what is it, that fair value gap right there, and at the low of this candle here, which I think that looks decent to me. That should be today's trade. So waiting for those EMAs to line up, and then a retest, and boom, we're in. Trend line break, just a simple one with 2 swing lows, boom. I mean, if we get smoked, we get smoked. It's all good. When you keep taking losses all the time, then yeah, it is hard. It's hard, but the account survives. But anyway, the thing is though, because right now I just came from drawdown. Once I'm above, when I'm $500 in profit, then I can risk a little bit more or take more than one trade. So it's not like it's like a set thing. It's only for now until I'm kind of at least $500 in profit. Then either add my loss threshold to $300, or just take 2 normal trades, two $200 trades. And then when I'm back below 500, back to 1 trade a day, or rather the 250 loss threshold. I think that's a good plan in terms of the risk management. Otherwise, 1 trade a day, I don't know. Yeah, it's a good plan. All right. This is tough area though. A lot of consolidation. So who's to say this is gonna be the breakout candle? Even though everything is lining up here. Maybe the best thing would be to wait for a closure below. But then that could be too late. Now that is fear of missing out. A closure below that zone right there would be nice. Then just look for something small. 50 points. So another thing that helps me stay consistent on one trade a day is my trading time is from 6:30 a.m. PST to 9 a.m. PST. So when 9 a.m. just kicks in, I'm out, close my charts, end the stream, close my charts, end the stream, or rather journal, end the stream, and then close my charts, and I'll go do other things. Okay, EMAs have lined up. I don't know if we're going to see a retest here, but let's just be patient and see. Okay, instead of the 15 fair value gap, clean up. I'm gonna do the breaker, and that should take care of the. Let's clean up a little bit. Yep. Okay, so I need to see a retest back to that point, and then if it goes without me, bon voyage. What I'd like to see is a close below this zone. I mean that line. If that would happen and then they retrace, then give us a signal below that line, that would be nice. And we can scalp from here, from below that zone, from below here to here. If I, oh, we'll see. Okay, way less than 50 points, so we can take two contracts if we do get a setup. Anything less than 50 points, I can do 2 contracts. Trade limit order 115, 230, that's okay. 346, no, that's too much. Um, do I used to I used to look for setups around that New York Open, but I take so many losses, so I mean I'd win then lose. So I'm kind of comfortable taking trades with my style here after 6:15, and I don't take ORB setups. I probably should look into it. I did try a little bit, but I don't know. I didn't stay consistent with it. I lost a few times and then I left it alone. But when I go back to look at those setups, ORB is pretty much it's fire, honestly. Maybe it's just my ego here. Because let's say 6:30 to 6 what? To 6:45, pretty much. I see that's what I see people doing. And then what do you do? Like wait for a closure below. So that was a fake out and then another fake out. So I don't know. What do you trade? Do you trade ORB setups? So today I overslept. That's why I'm trading right now. Otherwise I'm usually done by 9 a.m. my time, PST. I'll see other people wait for a closure below the ORB if you're doing the first 15 minutes. The first 6:30 to hold up. Wait a minute. I think I didn't do this right. So it will be to right there. So that breakout, that's some good points. Anybody who traded ORB today is 15 minutes. That's some 50 points. That's crazy. That's good. Depending on when you put where you put your stop loss. I just don't want to change strategies for now. I'm kind of testing what I'm doing, just to see how good it is. And then I might join the ORB bandwagon later. All right, so we did get that test. I mean, that's close enough. So a closure below that trend line right there, I'm gonna take a trade. And if we get smoked, we get smoked. I don't like that consolidation. Hmm. Hmm. So the setup is gonna look something like this. 50 points. So that allows for 2 contracts. So I'm gonna be ready for that. Bearish candle on the 1 minute closure below that trend line. I'm taking this trade. Opening session moves. Okay. Yeah. How do you know, like, so what's your style of entry? Oh, is that why you call yourself opening drive specialist? There you go. Open session moves. Okay, look at that rejection, boy. Maybe taking a shot here is not a good idea. We are going sideways, man. Okay, let's see what the 12 a.m. candle will do. Maybe I should wait for that 12 p.m., not a.m., 12 p.m. candle. Okay. You mind sharing? Do you use EMAs, or how do you calculate? How do you go about calculating the setup? Because pretty much that's, because I used to trade like ICT and wait, for example, I would wait for a breaker and then wait for fair value gap and enter, but then I'm like, nah. So then I came up with a few EMAs and how I want them to line up, and then a retracement, and then wait for a setup for a signal, right? In this case, if we traded to that purple EMA, which is the 50, and then we just came below and closed below that trend line, that's my signal right there. I'm in no matter what. I'm going in and just submit and whatever. So I'm curious how do you calculate your setup? Once that blue EMA for me crosses above the purple, the blue is 16. Once it crosses above the purple, which is 50, then I have to reset. So I need to see everything line up again, and then a retest of that 50, and then shoot down. Because pretty much what I'm looking for is momentum, right? So I just want to tell myself, hey, we do have momentum in this trade, and just submit to that. For example, this here would have been an entry right there. Okay, so that's one swing low. These are pretty much another swing low, or even this one. So the moment we close below, no, that would not be an entry. My entry would have been here, because I'd have to see the EMAs line up again, and then this would be the trade. And my stop loss goes above the black EMA, and try to see if I could get 1:2, and I would have been smoked right there. And that's all good. Part of the game. Nice. Market structure, momentum, and volatility. Gold. Okay, so I trade two of the instruments you trade, gold and NAS. But on the future side, pretty much the same thing. I just feel like the fields on how your field on futures is much more efficient than the CFDs. Our market structure pretty much the same. So do you mind sharing the system? I'm curious, it looks good. What's the what's your, what do you call that, your win rate? Okay, so right here, the blue EMA just crossed the 50. So for me to look for a short, I'd need them to realign again and then wait for a retest. So if I'm looking for shorts, the blue should never cross the 50. So abort mission. Abort mission. If I was trading ICT alone, that right there would be an entry. Be like, yeah, fair value gap. Just at the touch of the fair value, and then that high would be my stop loss. I'll get excited a little bit and then whoop, get smoked. But the thing is, whenever I get like setups that work those fair value gap entries on the 1 minute and then it starts going your way, bruh, the return was so high. But then again, you know, I used to take a lot of small losses. So the big returns would just be to make back the loss, if I make back the losses. So I decided to go the EMA way for entries, but for the analysis I still use ICT a lot. Oh, so you do trade the futures market as well. Awesome. So do you mind sharing the system? Can I shoot you my email? Then maybe I could get out of this break even, whatever. Yeah, I know. So even though I do say I'm doing like a 1:2 or a fixed win. Okay, I do. Okay, I see what you're saying. I wonder if win rates are a lie, honestly, because I do backtest this system live every Saturday. And some weeks I'll take losses like Monday to Friday, and then some other weeks I'll just win each and every setup Monday to Friday. I wonder if win rates are a lie, because on the day you're losing, the win rate is low. What happened here? It's not me. Okay, seems a few minutes to the 12 p.m. candle. How was it looking like before? It was blue and white. How do we get up? Okay, there you go. Close enough. Mm-hmm. Opening drives specialist. How many trades do you take in a day? Hmm. Nice. So 3 trades a day. Okay, I don't know what we're seeing here. We are in between that high and that low right there. Consolidating in here. So bro, what is this? Where did I get that level from? That's a ghost level right there. Oh, I know. Whatever. Oh, yeah. It was this one right here. Okay. Not seeing nothing here. Let's see what the 12 p.m. candle will do. I believe that to be a resistance area. So probably we can break through it, see a retest, and then see if we can keep flowing upwards. Opening drive specialist, do you mind giving us a glimpse of your system? I'm curious. Mathematically calculated, bro. Share some insights, and I could borrow something and improve mine too. Okay, so the 12 p.m. candle is here. That was a what's the open? So the open is pretty much that same level with the previous day. Yesterday's half level. Previous day EQ. The half of yesterday's range seems to be okay. We can see some momentum kind of coming in. 12 p.m. open. What do you think this candle is likely to do? This is a daily candle here. Are we likely to push up? In my opinion, I think the bearishness, I'd like to see it, stay strong and keep going down further. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so far this is what that is some good momentum coming in. Keep up with dirt. Right, we're breaking a trend line right there, but my system, ooh. Yeah. So that consolidation zone right there, we just broke out of it. So, and we are here's the EQ. Middle right. I want to get rid of, I'm just gonna hide it. This right here. I want to see that 12 p.m. open level. So the further away we trade from that open, the better. The better. Neighbors trading pure ICT, in my opinion. How would interpret this price action right now? There'll be a favorable gap, and then I would have buy limit right there, my stop loss below that low, and then go to some, I don't know, PD array way up here. So if that works out, the return is good. But just if you go back and look at how many, you know, anyway, there's people making a lot of money with that style of trading. So stop it. Nice. Oof. I like this up candle here. Which is pretty much the high of that 4-hour inverted favorable gap right there. So if we can close above the zone, okay, that doesn't look clean. Take it back to have it looking like that. I think we could be bullish moving forward. So that's the 12th open. We are currently looking like this. Damn. How do you draw this side? Yep, so keep going up and maybe see. Hopefully the 12 p.m. candle looks like this. And of course retrace for our entry so we can go up. I love it here. Whatever. Okay, EMAs have lined up. Now can we see a retracement and then some momentum to the upside? So for the targets, we do have this high here. Of course, with some resistance on the way. And that high right there and the previous day high. But this is a daily bearish candle. Reversing that downward movement is not gonna be easy, bro. Plus, I feel comfortable taking, you know, taking trades of the direction of the daily momentum. But maybe it's done what it needs to do for the day. A 4 hour is currently bullish. I'm sure it's so are the rest of them. Oh, okay, there you go. Okay, so if I could use this high, the bullish candle here as a breakup, maybe high, low, high, high. Why not? So I'll move this 4 hour to the side here. Then have the zone right there. Right there, looking like that. And that's the 12th candle open. Current interval only. So if we see our retracement back to touch that 50 trend line formation, close above that trend line, boy, we are in. Stop loss just below the 100 EMA, the black EMA right there. If there's any candle nearby below it, then we'll have our stop loss down there, and that could be our trade for the day. The only thing I don't like is that, you know, the daily candle is bearish, so going against that current might be tough. But who knows, bro? Who knows what's gonna happen? We don't know. We do not know. And here's another, but this is on the 4 hours, so anyway, we're good. That's why I started using this EMA, so I'm not analysis paralyzed. No more analysis paralysis. Okay, let's see if a setup will come to us or not. So let's see the 1 hour. Oh, it's currently bullish. Hopefully it stays like that. Now here's something. We've touched that 15 minutes. No, not yet. So low, high, lower, low. Coming back there, that could be a retest to keep going down. Looking at the 15 minutes, we do have a nice trend line. If we close below, we can keep going lower. Then again, that is analysis paralysis. Too much, too much, too much, too much, too much. So hopefully that zone fails. Come on. Can we see a retracement, bro? Don't go without us. Come on. Come on, Nas. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oops. Bye. The ICT entry is winning. Eating big. It looks something like this. And there's potential to keep going higher. Man, I'm so afraid of these setups now. When I have my own equity, like my own 50k, bro, I'm going back to those ICT entries and just because they do pay a lot, but I don't trust them so much when it comes to trading prop firms for me. But when I get to that point, bro, we're taking those ICT entries all day long. Anyone else looking for a trade on Nasdaq? This is a breaker paired with a fair value gap. That is some. There's gonna be some resistance right there. That's a fair value gap on the 15-minute paired with a breaker, low high, lower low. Oof. But then my EMAs on the 1 minute time frame are telling me something different, because this right here would be pretty much easy for me to do something like this and then stop loss right at the high of what I believe is a break and then look for shorts, right? But looking at what the 1 minute is telling me here is, hey, we are currently bullish. But I guess if you're a reversal trader, so be it. Because you do get those early entries, and your rate of reward is, your reward is good. Thank you so much for those who are leaving likes. I appreciate a lot. Opening Drive Specialist, thank you so much for engaging with us today. I appreciate. And he or she promised to let us in on the system once they're done refining it. So we can't wait to see that. We gotta win together. Win together. The cake is so big. Everyone can have a portion of it. The cake is just too big. Everyone and anyone can have a piece. Bro, I'd have loved to see a retracement here and then keep coming up, but I don't think we'll be seeing that today. So guess it's I don't know, just waiting. All in all, if we get a setup or not, it was fun. Just seeing how these markets are printing, it's awesome. It's always a pleasure just seeing how this, pleasure. It's always fun seeing how these markets are printing. It's fun, honestly, when you're not taking losses, which is part of the game. Right, that 1 hour candle seems to just want to keep going. But it's all good. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right, let's go see what gold is. Ooh, gold is also having some moves too. That's good. So at 11:24, that was a signal right there. I wonder if everything else lined up though. And that would have been a loss anyway. What is this, crude oil? So these are two things I'm also looking at. Might start trading them the near time future. I will look into them first. Like, look at that right there. Same logic. Waiting for the EMAs to line up and then enter, and then also silver here. Anyway, checking them out. Probably will read them for a few weeks or months and then see if I can start considering them. For now we just do gold and Nasdaq. And pull this back, and then let's see how it behaves with that fair value gap right there. Is there anyone who took this trade on Nasdaq? I'm curious. I didn't get a signal as per my system. Maybe that's one of the disadvantages of EMAs. I mean, depends on how you use them. 12:30. So after 12:45, if I don't get a setup, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna engage, because 12:50, after 12, right about 12:50, there's usually some momentum that comes in. And out of the day, I do believe it will still fight to stay bearish. I'm thinking that 12:50 might come in and just reverse that 1 hour movement, or well, anyway, or just keep pushing this to run through that area, which I think is resistance, in my opinion. So that breaker and that fair value gap. So that 12:50 might, well, we'll see. Might just push this through this area. And we do have some sell sides here. What is it called? Low liquidity something. Low resistance. There's money over here. Trade towards the money. Let's look at the 15 seconds here, maybe. I tried trading the 15 seconds. It was fun while it lasted. That right there would have been an entry. A stop loss right here. Come on. What's the probability that we'll get a retracement back to this area and then get a signal to keep going further? Slim shady, slim. Plus, So we pointed out this area earlier, the 4-hour gap right there, where we saw some support. Pretty much the whole of Asian and London session yesterday, and then we closed below it today, and we're just back to that region again. So now we're likely to see some resistance, which could see, you know, the push of this candle back to bearishness. Because what's the likability that they'll let this, you know, this bearish momentum to just be reversed? I'm just gonna have this on the higher time frame, current interval and above. Why is it on the oh, and above? Bro. All right, see you later, opening drive specialist. I appreciate you so much. Have a good one. Used to do that a while ago. And then I'd say 15 unfinished. Hmm. 55. 220. I don't think I wanna risk that much, bro. Okay, we can just do one. One will be fine. Just look for 200 bucks. Still no trade for me. I need to see a touch of that 50, at least closer than this. Okay, we already know it's that 4-hour zone, so I'm gonna just put this to the side a little bit. We know that's a resistance area. So what next now? What next? I'm still gonna take that trade. I will still take that long if it presents itself. And then wait for that 1250 momentum to work for us or smoke us. We get smoked or we get a quick win. Not a good idea for longs, but who knows what this market will do. This is a very nice area for short, man. But why is it setting up right now? Why set up right now, though? Why right now? That is suspicious to me. That is suspicious. I'd like to be in a setup before 1250, honestly. So please come touch and then reverse. Come on, come on, come on. Touch that purple EMA. You know you want to. That sounds wrong. Please, please, please. Now I sound desperate. Some unfinished business right there. At least take that low, you know. Take that low. Take out that low first. This is something that TradingView, you know, kind of stepped up. I don't think it used to be like this before. So you can always just adjust your positions on the go. Then when you're ready, just hit buy, and your stop loss and take profit is just right there. That's just amazing. So just adjust your stop loss. Then you can always adjust your position too, as long as, you know, the stop loss allows. So that's shout out to TradingView. Okay. So this right here would be an entry, but I'm not gonna take it because I would like to see a touch of that 50 EMA. I mean, I'm still testing if that's really a must. This is pretty much based off of this zone here. We don't have to come and touch it. But if everything lines up above whatever zone I think is, you know, is a breaker or whatever. So that would be if we touch that 50 EMA, that would have been a trade for me. And then just go for a 1:2. Of course, looking at areas where I think a trade would reach out for example, the high right there, that would be a nice target. So that would be buy side liquidity, and then 1:2 just lines up with that, or just before that, and you know. So that's the 1250 candle. I like to see what it likes to do. Unfortunately, I was not able to get in on a trade because I do have some strict rules I like to follow, and I have to follow them. And then adjust the rules slowly along the way. So now if that 50 was touched, that would have been a trade for me, and if it lost, I'll be totally okay. But if I do enter without that touch and then I lose, then I'm gonna be like, yo, you missed one of your rules. So, you know, so the blame is on me. But if everything lines up and I enter that trade and it takes me out, I blame price, because I mean, if you get what I'm saying, I don't blame myself in any way. I followed my rules to the tick, and I'm not expecting each and every trade to win, and it's just fine. So that's Gucci. Good. So that 1250 momentum didn't do nothing. Sometimes it can come in a little bit late. I haven't traded this time in a while, but sometimes it can come in from anytime from 1250 to 110. We can see that movement either to the upside or to the downside, but mostly it's usually at 1250 p.m. my time, PST. That short setup right here, that breaker with that fair value gap forming right now, is questionable to me at this time. But in the morning, during the market open, or I mean an hour later, then that will be a good shot in my opinion. So unfortunately, no trades today. I'll leave this here just to see if it if it worked. This is something I'm testing. I mean, I feel like that was close enough. Everything else lined up apart from that one thing. I think I've missed a couple of trades because of that, of missing one. Either today there was no trend line, but everything worked, checked out, or the other day we didn't touch 50, but everything lined up. So yeah, but I'm keeping an extensive journal here, which, you know, in a few more entries, and then I'll be confident on knowing what to do. This right here, these are the setups I've been taking for the last 4 weeks. So today pretty much is a no trade day, no trade. Then we'll see tomorrow, 26. So I've done this account for how many? For 4 weeks. We still are break even. I think that's good. Honestly, it's better than being in drawdown. First 2 weeks were drawdown. Last week was a good week. Was hoping to kind of, you know, stay above there, but we got some 2 losses this week, and a little bit of some profit yesterday. So we are back to break even, but enough data to improve on this system much further. You know, there are some missed trades at some point, some second guessing of trades where everything lined up, but then I'm like, I don't think this is going to work, and then the trade just works. So those are some of the hurdles that we're now working with. When a signal forms, we just take it no matter what, and when it doesn't form, we don't take it no matter what. So this is one of those. When it doesn't form, leave it alone no matter what. Otherwise, I think it's a good trading system, honestly. I think it's a good one. Well, I have to end the stream here. I don't feel comfortable taking a trade after 12:50, honestly. So thank you so much for those who joined in. It was fun, honestly, just seeing the price just print. Again, we all know not taking a loss is winning, right? So I just hope that here, I was hoping that here would have seen like a retracement, you know, and then a breakout, and boom, we enter. Pretty much being some profits, but it is what it is. Many more setups ahead of us, so no worries. We stay disciplined and we stay on focus. So that 3,000 goal, we're just gonna keep pushing, and however long it takes, we're just gonna stay put. If we lose, then we lose like soldiers. We don't lose stupidly, we lose nicely, we lose with brevity. Yeah, but I think we're gonna get to that 3,000 points. So that was it. That's it. I'm gonna end the stream here. Thank you so much for everybody who joined in. I was fun seeing all of you. We got some 5 people watching, 4 likes. I appreciate. It's better than nothing. Opening drive specialist, big shout out. We're waiting for that system when you're ready to share, so we can all benefit. Otherwise, that was Trader Mawera or Kevin Bundi with Mawera Capital, and I'm out. And I'll see you on the next one. So my trading time is 6:30 to 9 a.m. But if I don't make it for some reason, then I should be able to come in at New York PM. Or maybe in future I might do 2 sessions a day. I feel like this session had some more engagements than I see in the morning, but it's all good. I just like that morning setup, morning setups with this strategy, honestly. I feel like it works better. But the setups can form anytime anyway, so I'm gonna put a note here. But anyway, I can see what happened, so that's okay. When I come back to journal, I'll see what happened and what didn't happen. So let's group this so we can have a clean chart ready for the next day. Boom. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta read today's verse, which is, as for me and my house, can you see that? I have to flip this camera. There you go. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Joshua 24:15. There you go. And then, of course, our closing scripture. To the only God, our Savior, through Jesus Christ, our Lord, be glory, majesty, dominion, and authority before all time and now and forevermore. God be with you all. May you all experience His peace. And I wish you all the best. I'll see you on the next one. If not 6:30 a.m. PST in the morning, if I'm not going to show up for that New York AM, then I will show up for the New York PM, God willing. And this time I'm out. See you guys. Thank you so much for coming in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace, and I'm out.